All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, JM Football, doing a breakdown on the American side of the Senior Bowl's Day 1 one-on-ones for the offensive line and defensive line. Some really good stuff. I think some of the offensive line guys really shined in this. You get to see Darius Robinson line up on the inside and outside. So like and subscribe. We'll have Day 2 and Day 3 out this upcoming week as well. Just was so busy down there, wasn't able to really get these all done. So like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. First play, and again, Patrick Paul, I'm going to feature a little more on the Day 2 and Day 3. Patrick Paul is 6'7", has this 36-inch wingspan, but this is where he can get himself in troubles with his pad level, right? And you see Chris Braswell from Alabama does a good job, right? Just getting underneath those pads, rolling your hips through, keep your feet driving, right? And that's a good rep, working speed to power. Staying low, keep your feet moving, and able to get under those pads of Patrick Paul. Here we got Christian Haynes out of UConn versus McKinley Jackson. I've really liked Haynes down here. If there's one issue, is he does give up some initial ground, right? And I thought he got better as to bring the pass to the defense alignment. But here, right, we're sitting, we're waiting, and we're just allowing him to get leverage, right? Now, Haynes does a good job of recovering, right? Keep your feet settled. He's got strong hands locked on with good placement, right? So he's able to recover and anchor, right? And absorb that and then finish. But definitely not one of Haynes' better reps. And then for McKinley, try to work those hands off you, right? Because you're driving, you got power, but work those hands off, chop those hands off you. Instead, Haynes is able to control the block with his hands. Here you got Charles Turner versus Jaden Crumdy. Again, this is defensive tackle just decides to just go low and try and win. And I like what Charles Turner does on this. Is like, hey, this is the one-on-one drill. So if you're gonna go low like that, I'm just gonna dump you, right? I'm just gonna put my hands on top of your back and dump you and use your forward lean against you and be ready to go, right? In a real game, he's just gonna lay on top of him right here. But defensive line wants to work forward lean, have no balance. You're going to go forward, take them. Here, Layden Robinson, Texas A&M versus Marcus Harris out of Auburn. I mean, Layden, what shows up is what shows up on film too. Powerful hands. We set, we punch, right? See that shock in that punch? Bam, right? Marcus Harris wants to move forward on this swim, right? You get those hands under him, you punch. Your feet aren't even perfect, right? Your feet are, you want your feet sliding down with this. Instead, they're underneath. His shoulders are over his toes. But it's a good rep because there's just so much power in that punch, right? Just stops any forward movement, keeps his feet moving there. Good rep by Robinson. Here, Brandon Coleman versus Darius Mizzou. Mizzou, lined up inside for Darius Robinson. Darius Robinson was a lot of the talk down there. I wanted to see more from him, right? Again, lining up on the interior. Good get off, right? Going to work those moves. But you see how the pad level rises, right? When he's going for that swim, he's standing essentially straight up, right? Needs to work better leverage. Right, and if you're attacking that back, to stay low and rip through that. Right, instead you're just way too high. He's underneath your chest. You try and spin out of it, right? Because you're in a one-on-one, so you can do all these moves. So it looks pretty cool from Robinson, but in reality, in a game, you're done right here. Bo Limner versus Tavondre. I mean, Tavondre Sweat was so freaking strong, but good job by Limner, right? Sweat goes to just hammer him, right? Because he's getting aggressive, right? Sweat knows, hey, the way to stop me is going to be trying to get aggressive. So I'm just going to hammer those hands off of you. Now he loses his balance, and Limner goes and falls on him, right? But that's a little, got to keep your balance. I'm not sure if Limner held him here, but I like the grit from Limner to get down and get dirty on it. Because, that's a huge size of disadvantage he has. But you got to be ready for that, right? You see him going like that. Take your hands and then, like Charles Turner from LSU did, put him on his back and dump him. Dump him. Ends up losing his balance anyways. Javian Cohen celebrates. Christian Haynes versus Braden Fisk out of Florida State. This was a good matchup all week. Haynes goes to work hands. Fisk goes to counter back inside. Gets hands on him, and then Haynes controls the block from here, right? Now Fisk has good fight in him. But again, if he's going to give that forward lean, Haynes is going to put those hands on his back and dump him. Right? Dump him. That's a good rep by Haynes. And again, when you're looking at the guards on this, don't, like, this drill is made against the offensive lineman. Don't look at the fact that they're like 4 yards back. Obviously, that's not good on a real play, like the depth of that. But this is good hand technique. Like, watch the technique and not necessarily the final result. Here, Bo Limner from Arkansas again, this time versus Miles Cole out of Texas A&M. And this is where Limner struggles, but you do see him work that hop step. Good strike by Cole, right? He's got the power, and Limner goes to this hop step, right? Watch both feet in the air. Hop. Hop. Trying to anchor. But Cole's just got good strength, right? He's just stronger. He's got hands inside of him. He's keeping that feet going. Like, watch these feet churn, right? Keep the leverage. Keep your feet churning. Good rep by Cole. Good recovery by Limner. Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma versus Eric Watts. Quick feet by Guyton. I like that. Like, watch how quick these feet are, right? Now he absorbs his power. But he's got good... I like the knee bend. Right? Just for a taller guy, he's got that knee bend. Now, replace... What he can do right here, right, is... Replace this right hand, get it in his hip, and keep your feet moving. But you got a nice wide base. Here, Layden Robinson versus T'Vondre Sweat. Again, strong hands and Layden, and just strong man and Sweat. Sweat just walks these cats back, man. That's what he does. Day 1, it didn't show up as much. Day 2 was better, and then day 3, he really did. Like, this is good technique by Layden, right? Good footwork. But T'Vondre Sweat's just a man, right? He's got hands on you, and he's just going to keep walking you back. He is going to push the pocket like that. Here you got Christian Jones from Texas, Javonte Jean-Baptiste out of Notre Dame. Good rep by Christian Jones. See how he's got his hands out here, right? Jean-Baptiste goes for this cross chop. And Christian Jones takes his hands, works this circle technique, takes it away from him, and then reloads and gets hands on him. Keep your feet moving. Good stuff. Don't let the pass rusher use his hands against you. Show your hands, pull them, land. Good hand replacement. Good stuff by Christian Jones. Here we got Brandon Coleman versus Darius Robinson. Darius Robinson out on the edge for this one. Robinson trying to rip through. It's just kind of segmented, right? Like when he does this move, not everything strings together. See how the feet stop on this move? And I think Robinson came down here trying to work more pass rush moves because he is very much a speed to power guy. He's got a lot of power. But he's got to really get comfortable stringing these moves together because it basically stops right here, right? He's got those, like, hey, you get right here, but just keep your feet moving, sink your hips, rip through. Instead, it's kind of segmented, where it's like, okay, rush, attack the back, then rip through, instead of making it all like one motion. Christian Haynes at center versus Braden Fisk. This was Christian Haynes' worst rep of the entire week. I just don't know if he was just ready to play center, right? And Fisk has a big first step, right? Like, well, look how much ground he's gaining. No wasted movement, quick off the snap. Fisk is I mean, I thought he was the best defensive lineman for the American team. Ended up playing the game on the national team. but just quick. Swiping any hands off of, chopping any hand off. Haynes is slow to get off of this. Right? First time playing center, and Fisk just gets an easy win. Tyler Guyton versus Chris Braswell at Alabama. Again, quick feet by Tyler Guyton. Absorbs that power. Replace your hands, right? See how quick his hand goes from here to here, inside? That's how you want. Left hand replace. Keep your feet moving. And finish. Good shit from Guyton. Layden Robinson versus Tavondre Sweat again. Again, this is like this is fine technique by Layden. Layden's a strong guy too, right? He might be the strongest guy on this offensive line. Like, he lands his hands. He's got the leverage he wants. He's got the knee bent, and then Sweat is just able to rework that hand and just walk him back, right? He is not working any crazy technique. He is simply just being a bigger, stronger man. Christian Haynes versus Nelson Cesar out of Houston. Good rep versus Haynes. For Haynes. Land our hands, right? We got good hand placement. We're controlling the block. Quick hop. Bat, bat. Controlling the block. Christian Jones versus Miles Cole at Texas Tech. Good stuff by Jones. I'd like to see him shorten these steps up a little bit, right? So the third step, you're not totally facing the sideline. All right, go 1, 2, 3. But he works that spin. We're here. We keep our hands on his back. Keep the feet moving. Good stuff. Bo Limner versus Darius Robinson. This is probably Darius Robinson's best rep at guard. Or on the inside. Good first step, right? No wasted movement. Playing a little high. But good job swiping those hands off you, right? Swipe those hands off you. Now, at 3 tech, you're not really rushing like this, right? This is like a edge rusher rush, but he's, that's where he mostly lines up. I think he's got to get used to doing this stuff. Because you need a cleaner wind to win like that at on the interior. But again, just if you can keep your pads down, right? Because see how high he is, right? His helmet is. Keep your pads down when you work this move, right? Keep your pads down. Swipe, and then rip through this, right? Because instead, you're not able to rip through because your pad level is so high. That while it looks good on a one-on-one, it's not something that really translates to game day. Tyler Guyton versus Nelson Cesar. Guyton got. Just overzealous setting on this, right? Bam, bam. Right? Overset on this, right? Like you should, at this point, you should not be just, hey, I'm taking another step. When you take another step here, well, of course he's going to work inside on that. You're giving him the inside. And then a good feel for the rush by Cesar, right? To still challenge vertically, right? Challenge vertically, and then time up that punch, right? Time up that punch, because his feet are he's going to keep setting with that punch, right? So time that punch up, bam, spin off of it. I mean, that might have been one of the best rushes of the week. Christian Jones versus Miles Cole. Again, just a dominant rep for Jones. Again, not giving the pass rusher your hands. Pull him, punch, land the punch, keep your feet moving. Get your hands on him. Control the block. Right? He's got nothing. He wants to work back inside. He doesn't have anything. Javian Cohen out of Miami versus Cesar. This little stutter from Cesar, right? A little more of a finesse rusher. Good patience by Cohen. Just replace your hands, right? He's underneath your chin. Right, you're patient. Replace your hands. Take this right hand and just put it right here. Put it right here. And you stop him from giving this push. And then from Cesar, good job, even though he may not have the strength advantage there, to keep your feet churning and push. Christian Haynes versus Marcus Harris at Auburn. And just strengthen those hands. We set, land our hands. Good, great hand placement, right? Keep your feet moving. I mean, again, that's perfect hand placement. He wants to work inside. He wants to try and spin out of it. Take him where he wants to go. Put his ass on the grass. And then we'll finish off with another Christian Jones from Texas versus Darius Robinson. And this is a great rep for Jones. Right? We're setting. Right? Robinson wants to work back inside. He wants to work that power. So we just take our left foot, right? We take our left foot, pick it up, set it down. We take that on. He wants to spin. We keep our feet moving outside. Right? We play the piano on his back. Get our hands on his back. He spin. We're here. Reload. Keep your feet moving. Land hands. Take that left hand. Replace it. Keep your feet moving. Good stuff for Christian Jones. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, we're going to have day 2 and day 3 out. I guess because I take this amount of time, it'll be 4 separate videos, but try and get them out fairly quickly. Appreciate your guys' support and following along. Going to be some, team, player, individual film breakdowns coming up the pike. So like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.